Hey guys, I'll be explaining to you guys a weird tab that displays a lot of weird settings when you click on an object. This can be very confusing for a beginning developer when you're trying Studio for the first time, and I'm here to help you learn how to use it so you can have a greater advantage in the future when you're starting to develop. The property tab, you can open it when you go to view, and it could be it's right there right next to Explorer. You can also do the same thing with Explorer, a bunch of other tabs you can open, but that's for another video. So property tab, basically it's a tab that displays objects, the settings of the objects for that object specifically, which we'll call properties because the properties of the object. So what I have right now in front of me is a part, which I can take out just by clicking part. You can click as many as you want. There's really no limit to the amount of parts you want in your game, but we're just gonna need one for this example I'm gonna give you guys. So we're gonna grab that one part, and the first thing the property tab is going to show you is the appearance, data, transform, pivot, collision, part, assembly, and attributes. First one is appearance, which basically is the object you selected, its appearance, which is brick color, cast shadow, color, material variance, reflectance, and transparency. I'm sorry guys. So brick color, you could change the brick color in the properties tab really easily. And these are just basic color samples that Roblox gives you, so it could be a lot easier for you if you're looking for a specific color green. The second one is cast shadow. Basically what cast shadow does in the property, which lets you alter the shadow's object. So it displays if you want a shadow or not on the object, specifically for the object because in the properties is an object. Another one is the color, which is this tab is usually for more specific colors. If you're looking for a specific color, you could either use this tab, type in little numbers you want or anything, or you could use this tab, which is a lot easier. Reflectance, which usually just makes the part reflectance, makes it reflect the sky right now. So it's like blue, so it's gonna be blue. Down 0. You can mess around with all these settings. You can do whatever you want with these settings. But right now I'm going to show you guys so you guys could have some kind of knowledge towards the properties tab. Transparency, which is how transparent you want your parts to be, which means if you're making a window, you know, you can use this setting. Transparency, you can make it all the way up to invisible. If you're trying to make an invisible wall, you could use this. Data. Locked, let me explain what locked is. You know, if for example this base plate, you can't select it, the basic base plate, because you know why? It's locked. How to unlock it, there's two ways. You could either go to the workspace, go to the base plate, select it, go down, click locked. See, you want to uncheck that box, and look, you'll be able to select it like you're going to be able to select the spawn, the part, or anything you want, and you can change it whatever. Then when you don't want it to be locked anymore, you could go back to the base plate and click locked again, click somewhere else, and look, you can't select it anymore. It's basically what locked means. Just another way how to make it locked. Sorry. Go right here next to the play button. It should be an option that says locked. You're gonna want to click on it. Click on the base plate or whatever part that's locked. Click it again, and you'll be able to select it. As usual, it won't be locked. Click on it again. Click on the part, and look, it's checked. That means it's locked. Click on the lock button again. It won't be locked anymore. So that's how locked works. Another setting we can touch is transform. This is the size, which then again you can alter, change whatever size you want. Same thing, change that. C frames, another way to position. Origin, the pivot, I think is how you pronounce it. Basically what this does is that you can change the position of which, let me give you an example right now. Yeah, see how it's like over there now? It changes the position of the scale selector. I think is what it's called. Keep it at 0. Collision. Now collision, this is if you want to make like a wall that you could go through, a hidden wall or something, which makes it that a player or an object does not collide with this object, meaning it's not collidable. Right now it can collide, meaning if my player was to walk at this part right now, my player would collide with a block, meaning it would collide like a wall. But if I uncheck that box, my player would be able to just walk past this wall in any part, any object would. This gives you settings. It gives you the properties of like if it's anchored or not, meaning let's imagine it weights as much as an anchor when it's selected. So that means you won't be able to move it. Just if you want like things to be still at that position in your game, you uncheck that box, you're going to be able to move it wherever you want it. So it's not going to be able to hold still in that position. Players or parts are going to be able to move it. So you want that checked. You could also uncheck and check this box if you click right up here, right under lock. It should be anchored and unanchored. Massless, meaning you won't be able to weight. It will be massless. The shape, the root, priority, custom physics, assembly, and attributes. These I don't really think you could use them for much, but that's basically the property tab for this video. So I'm trying to explain to you guys so you guys could have more knowledge when you start. If you're just starting Studio, it's important to know what everything means, what they do. Play around with these settings if you want. It won't mess up your game or anything. It will just change the specific object to your specific object's properties. Okay, you could do this with base plate. See, base plate is just a giant part. It's just this part, and it has a texture in it, which is texture. You could insert a texture to this part too if you want. It's texture. And you can change transparency to this too, whichever you want. Every single object in the Explorer page has different types of properties. Lighting has its own properties. Material surface has its own properties. Replicated doesn't have a lot of properties, but it's not the same. GUI has different properties. Starter player has the player's properties, just like how far camera can zoom out, how the max health and everything. Character jump height, the max character speed. Workspace has its own properties. That's a properties tab, which displays and objects, properties and settings you can change in your game. Well, that's the end of the explanation of the properties tab. I hope this video was really helpful to you, and I hope you have a good day.